I am your man, Jay Muscle, back again for another session of Speak Your Game. Been gone for a little bit, had a little work a few things out, but yes, I am back. I am going to be talking about a few things that's going on in the NFL, and you know, of course, Muscles Monsters of Week 9. Yes, new list. Who's going to make it? You know it's the top 5, and you know, hey, however the week goes, anybody could make it. Anybody. Like I said, my name is Jay Muscle. This is Speak Your Game. If you like this show, please give a thumbs up. Hey, if you really like the show, leave a comment. If you don't like the show, hey, leave a comment too. I also like to give out a shout out to my Total Apex family. Yes, Total Apex Sports. Check us out. You can check out articles by me or any of the other fabulous crew. We just don't have sports. We talk about a whole lot of other things, but I'm not going to get into that. There's one thing I want to talk about right now, because this past week I seen something that is on the level of just pure amazement and wow. And if you haven't seen what I'm talking about, it is Saquon Barkley of the Philadelphia Eagles. His move, this man turned backwards and hurdled over a defender. Yes, if you have not seen it, I suggest you Google the highlight. It's everywhere. But I'm going to say right now that I cannot think of another running back, NFL player doing anything on this level. I said to a group of associates of mine, he has set a new level of elusiveness. Like, to be turned around opposite of a defender and be able to hurdle that defender, you have boosted the level of elusiveness. And I actually went into, well, I went into Google and I just searched highlights. And of course there's a ton of highlights from everybody. The main highlights I was looking for were jaw-dropping highlights that can go on for centuries. And of course, Barry Sanders was in there. Walter Payton was in there. I mean, you'll say O.J. Simpson was in there. I mean, but you'll say Odell Beckham's catch was in there. I mean, there's a lot of spectacular moments. But as I'm watching these highlights, you know, Michael Vick's another one that was in there. These spectacular moves and everything. But as I went through the highlights, I didn't see anyone with this level of elusiveness to drop your jaw. And there's even a clip going out right now of the sideline of the Philadelphia Eagles, how their reaction to his move was. Like, they couldn't even believe it. Like, I would just like to meet up with Saquon and be like, man, what was going through your mind at that particular moment? What made you think, oh, I'm turned around and you know what? I can go ahead and jump over him. Like, what made you think, hey, I could possibly get away with this? That move right there by Saquon Barkley of the Philadelphia Eagles has to be the all-time highlight for NFL. That is the all-time highlight. That ranks all highlights. The only other thing that man could have did during that play was score. That was it. Like, that move right there. You know how many young players are going to try this move now and see how this move might become popular? But man, that is just on a nut shot out to Saquon Barkley, because that is just utterly amazing, my man. Keep doing your thing in Philadelphia. Like that move right there is the top move I've ever seen throughout my whole entire life watching the NFL. And I've watched a lot of football. I've watched a ton of high school, college, NFL, and I've never seen anyone pull that move off like he did. And it was under control. It wasn't wild. Like, wow. Just wow. Absolutely wow. If y'all haven't seen the clip, go ahead and run by it. Hey, go ahead and leave a comment if you think that is the highlight of all time clip. And if you don't think it is, go ahead and send me a comment and let me know which one you think it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and move on to week, through the week, and I'm gonna talk about two teams. Two teams right now that are really impressive, and it's going to be interesting how it turns out. And the first team I want to talk about is the Washington Commanders. Right now, the Washington Commanders are 7-2. This is the first time that they have been 7-2 since 1996, according to ESPN, I do believe. 1996. They haven't been 7-2. And Jaden Daniels. Wow. Like, Jaden Daniels, if you want to talk about future of quarterbacks, I mean, that kid has been completely amazing the whole time he has came into the league. I mean, right now, this kid could make history. He could really make history. His last game, he was 15 for 22, 209 yards, 2 TDs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 128 passer rating. Yeah, everybody had their speculations and input on how he was going to do, but nobody really thought he was going to bring this team so much shine so quickly. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jay Daniels. The Commanders lead the NFC East right now. And my question is, Commanders fans, could the Commanders actually win the NFC East? Could they win, Commanders fans? Could this season be the season that y'all could reign out on top? And if Jay Daniels can stay healthy, it could be good. I mean, so far already he's thrown for 1,945 yards, 9 TDs, 2 interceptions, 71 completions. The kid is playing phenomenal, completely phenomenal. And the last time the Commanders won the NFC East was 2015. So the way they're playing right now, the Commanders could be that jaw-dropping team that the Houston Texans were last season. Because as long as this man can stay healthy and keep making the good decisions and right plays when he needs to, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I ain't saying I don't want to put no whammy on him yet. I just want to see what else happens. But at the way it's going, this man could break some serious records by the time it's said and done. Speaking of breaking records, if you think that the Kansas City Chiefs can go completely undefeated, shoot me out a comment on the comment section. Because what I'm about to talk about, only a few teams have accomplished. Now, it's a word going around like, yeah, can they go all the way? My thing is, when a team goes so deep into the season without a loss, whether they were good luck wins or bad wins, because we've seen the games with the Chiefs right now. I'm pretty sure most would agree the Chiefs aren't the top-notch team that everyone's used to seeing. Their defense is somewhat suspect. They're good on the run defense. But we haven't seen those explosive moments yet that we've grown accustomed to with the Kansas City Chiefs. But they are 8-0 right now. And when a team goes 8-0 before the league added the extra game, that's the halfway point of the season. You've gone half the season without a loss. Most teams, majority of the teams, make the playoffs going that deep into the season without being beaten. But here's a funny thing I found when I looked up. I went on ESPN. I went on references, and I strolled through all the teams that started off undefeated. There was a lot of teams that only made it 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, but there was also a couple teams 9-0. I know there's a 10-0 in there. But my thing was, what I was looking for was how many teams actually went 8-0 and went to the Super Bowl and won it. And I only found 6 teams. And that, of course, 72 Dolphins, 77 Cowboys, 85 Bears, 90 Giants, 91 Washington, and the 06 Colts. Only 6 teams have made it to the Super Bowl going 8-0. So it really boiled. We've seen the play of the Kansas City Chiefs, and it really asks the questions: can they go 8-0? Coach Andy Reid has been amazing, coaching the team, putting them in position to get wins. Patrick Mahomes, no matter what, he has been getting wins. Travis Kelce has been good. They've been dodging hurdles throughout the season. Injuries to their wide receivers, injuries to their running backs, and the Chiefs have found a way to win. So with that thought, is it really too far-fetched for them to find a way to win the rest of the season and finish the season without a loss? Finish the playoffs without a loss? The magic of the Kansas City Chiefs, we've all seen it these past 8 games, whether they started off bad in the first quarter or started off bad in the third quarter, they have finished with a W. And you can't take away from the fact that they could go undefeated this season. Now, it's unlikely, considering how much talent is in the league. That would mean the Kansas City Chiefs would have to finish getting past all their games. I do believe they play the Broncos this week. They still, even with getting in the playoffs, they still got, I feel they still have to face the Ravens, and the Ravens were an inch away from beating the Chiefs the very first game of the season. So, I can't call it. I'm just going to watch and see. What are y'all thoughts? Can the Chiefs go undefeated and make it to the Super Bowl and win? What are y'all thoughts? I know what Chiefs fans are going to think, but what do other NFL fans think? It might be no. Go ahead and hit a thumbs up on the comment section or leave a comment. My name is Jay Muscle. This is Speak Your Game. It's coming to the part of the show where every week I pick 5 players out of the NFL for the past week that I call Muscles Monsters. And they're my picks. A lot of things determine it, whether their team won, quarterbacks, if they threw interceptions, running backs, did they fumble the ball, how many yards. There's a lot of things that go into my top 5. So, and like I said, they my top 5. If you don't like it, hey, you can find me. Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X. Any platform that you could think of, you could find J Muscle or Speak Your Game. You could and like I said before, you could always come on the show and make your debate. It is not going to go well, but I welcome all guests. But we're going to get into Muscles Monsters of Week 5. And coming in at number 5 of Muscles Monsters is Zay Flowers of the Baltimore Ravens. They played the Denver Broncos. He came out with 5 receptions, 127 yards, 2 TDs. The man was killing them out there. Completely killing them. Lamar Jackson was too, but he didn't make the list this week. Surprise, surprise. He did not make the list this week. But Zay Flowers, wide receiver of the Baltimore Ravens, did. Shout out to him. Coming in at number 4 is Minnesota Viking wide receiver Justin Jefferson. Yes, they played the Colts. Justin Jefferson brought in 7 receptions, 137 yards. He didn't get no TDs, but I know what you said. He didn't get no TDs, but he had more yards, more receptions, and the man made it happen for his team. So that's why he's number 4. Coming in at number 3, and this was hard. This is really, really, really hard not to give him the number 1 spot. Really, it was really hard not to give him the number 1 spot. But the other 2 people balled out too. So it only had to be fair. But coming in at number 3, Saquon Barkley of the Philadelphia Eagles, Mr. Elusive himself, turn around, jump over you. Yes, the man was amazing. They played the Jacksonville Jaguars. He got 27 carries for 159 yards with 1 TD. Hey, like I said, shout out to Saquon Barkley. That was unfair, like completely unfair what you did. Coming in at number 2, Matthew Stafford of the Los Angeles Rams. Yes, they got the win over the Seattle Seahawks. Man, hey, he did have, he went for 25, for 44, 298 yards, 2 TDs. He only had, his passer rating was 83.3. That's why he didn't make it. He had a lower passer rating, and he did have his interception. Coming in at number one is, Kansas City's own Patrick Mahomes. I mean, 34 for 44, 291 passing yards, 3 TDs. He did throw throw an interception. I mean, no, he didn't throw no interception, but he was sacked 4 times. His passer rating was 116.8. That's why he held it down. He didn't have no interceptions, but he did have 4. He did get sacked 4 times. It wasn't perfect, but it was good enough to get on the top number 1 spot. Yeah, that's Muscles Monsters. If you don't like it, please leave a comment. Who do you feel that should have been on the top 5? And before you make your comment, let me remind you, whoever you pick, they had to win. Their team had to win. That is a major factor. You cannot lose the game and make it on the Muscles Monsters. That's just not how it works, people. No, that's not how it works. They gotta win, and they gotta have spectacular stats. That's what gets people on the NFL players on Muscles Monsters. But as you see, it's time to go. I don't take much time. I gotta explain what I got and gotta go. If you like the show, Speak Your Game, hey, catch us next time. I'm Jay Muscle. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, X, YouTube, anywhere. I'm Jay Muscle, and I'm going to catch you next time.